If you're coming to Chiang Mai, here's the 7 biggest nightlife mistakes I see guys make here. Hey everyone, Nolan Jax here. Now if you're new to the channel, I actually own a lady bar up here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And so I see these things happen every single week. So let's get into it. Now first and foremost is thinking that Chiang Mai's nightlife is the same as anywhere else in Thailand. All the cities in Thailand kind of have their own unique take or their unique features of their nightlife. And thinking that, Chiang Mai is going to be the same as Bangkok or Phat or Phuket is just incorrect. We all have something that's unique and that really gets us to stand out. In my opinion, I love Chiang Mai's nightlife because it's calm, relaxed, a lot more low-key than a lot of the other places. Not as intense, and there's really not as much badgering for drinks or for drinking at all. You can still have a great time, but it's a lot more of a relaxed environment. And thinking that Chiang Mai will be the same as some of the bigger cities down south can lead you into some issues because it's just not. A perfect example of this is that I'll see guys walking around the area. Maybe they see a girl they like, and before ever stepping foot into the bar, they'll go up to her and ask if they can bar find her, if they can take her out of the bar for the rest of the night. So she'll probably just say no, and he'll walk away confused, not understanding what he did wrong. Because that is commonplace in other cities in Thailand. But it just doesn't happen up here. The expectation here is that you'll go to the bar, go inside, buy some drinks, maybe buy some drinks for the girls, and then see where things go. Have a conversation and see if you want to take anything further. It's not as rushed and more of a laid-back experience up here in Chiang Mai. So if you come here expecting it to be like, Phat or Bangkok, you're going to be sadly mistaken. Number 2 is going to be choosing the wrong area of Chiang Mai for the kind of night that you want. Now, Chiang Mai is really separated into nightlife zones. There's very distinct zones where you're going to get a similar vibe. For instance, Nimon has a lot of the trendier cafes and bars that are going to be a little bit more expensive, but are really upscale and full of local Thai people and expats. And then you have the Old City, which is mainly for tourists and expats. There's a lot of backpackers that spend a lot of time in the Old City. For instance, you have Zoe on Yellow, which is probably the biggest bar for backpackers here in Chiang Mai. But you've got other bars as well. And they attract more of the party atmosphere, but you're going to have good bars all over, attracting more of that crowd. And then lastly, you have Loikroh Road, which is, as I said in my previous video, the red light district here in Chiang Mai. It's the only place that you're going to see lady bars here in Chiang Mai. So you're going to have bars elsewhere in the city. You've got Thai bars and clubs scattered around Chiang Mai, but they are really focused on those main 3 areas. So if you're interested in having a certain kind of night, picking a wrong area can kind of change that. I know a lot of people that love Nimon and never set foot over in Loikroh Road, and vice versa. So it really does depend what you're looking for in nightlife. Quick side note, and this is for anyone who's ever thought about owning a bar in Chiang Mai. There's a bar for sale right inside the Loikroh Muay Thai Stadium. It's actually the only 2-story bar in the entire stadium, with a second level that looks directly over the fights. So on the ground floor, you get consistent foot traffic, and the upstairs, you can get a really cool balcony with tons of potential. If you've ever thought about getting into the bar business up here, I'll put the owner's contact info in the description below. Now, mistake number 3 is thinking that all Thai women are the same. Obviously, if you spend a lot of time in lady bars, you get used to bar girls. Bar girls are very approachable and very open and friendly. And they also dress very provocatively. But that's kind of opposite what the rest of the Thai people usually do. Thai people do not dress provocatively. They do not show off a lot of skin regularly. So thinking that all girls are going to dress like bar girls is obviously a big mistake. But also, I know that a lot of Thai girls do not want to come to this area. They're scared of coming to this area, either because they're scared of foreigners or just maybe the connotations that come along with coming to this area. That's one of the things that makes it kind of hard to actually hire people to work in these bars, as they are scared to come and work in these bars, mainly because obviously they might not be all that accustomed to foreigners. So obviously if you meet a girl outside of the bar complexes, you can't expect her to behave the same way as a bar girl. Bar girls are used to foreigners. They probably deal with them on a daily basis, and that can be exactly the opposite for other Thai women, and so behave accordingly. Now, I'm not saying that other Thai people or other Thai women are not friendly or hospitable, because obviously they are. The Thai people are one of the best people I've ever met, and they're very welcoming and very, very friendly. But what I am saying is that A Thai woman who's never worked in a lady bar, never worked in a bar, is maybe not all that accustomed to foreigners, might be a bit hesitant in regards to potentially dating or meeting a foreign man. So if you are looking to meet a woman outside of one of these areas, just keep that in mind. Number 4 is going to be something that I see all the time. And it is kind of a frustration of running a lady bar, and that is people not understanding lady drinks. A lot of people think that you're paying for the alcohol, you're paying to get her drunk, but that's not what you're doing at all. You are paying for her time. Sometimes a girl will want to have juice or pop or water instead of an alcoholic beverage. I know some guys do get really frustrated or even angry when they find out that the girl is not drinking alcohol. Of course, this is not a commonplace thing. This is not an every time kind of thing. But sometimes the girl just wants something a bit lighter. And again, you have to understand that you're not paying for the alcohol. You're paying for her time, her companionship, and her sitting and chatting with you. That is what you're paying for. Also, you know, a lady drink in my bar is 180. It varies from bar to bar, but in this bar, it's 180, and we give the girl 100 baht of that. So minus the alcohol costs, the bar is only making 50 baht per lady drink, where she's making 100. So she's making double what the bar is for every drink. So if you are sitting with her and buying your drinks, you're really helping to pay her salary or pay her so she can make money and support herself. I know some guys get confused because if they do go to Thai bars are kind of the opposite. In a Thai bar, you'll maybe buy 2 or 3 bottles of beer, and then if you want her to sit with you, she'll just pour herself a glass from your beer. She won't buy her own drink, she'll just share yours. But it's complete opposite in a lady bar. And honestly, if you don't want to pay for the drink, that's fine. Just say no, and then she'll go on to try to find somebody who does want to sit with her and buy her a drink. Most Chiang Mai bars are not pushy. They're not going to force you to buy anybody a drink. And so if you do just want to come to the bar and drink by yourself, that's completely understandable. Now, number 5 is not understanding why drink prices change so much all over Chiang Mai. Now, Chiang Mai is cheap. You can easily get a beer for 3 or 4 bucks, but it really depends on the area. Like I said earlier, Niman is more expensive. They got fancy cocktail bars as well as beer bars that can be more expensive. You know, for me, I really love draft beer. In Canada, you know, draft beer is kind of king. That's mainly what we drink. But coming out here, finding draft beer is very, very difficult. Even the local drafts. There's not many bars in this complex that sell draft beer. I tried to sell it in my old bar and it just wasn't very popular. There are a couple here and there where you can get your Chang or something on tap, but it's not super common. And if you do want to get that imported draft beer, you're looking at a pretty penny. It's a lot more expensive for a pint than it would be for just a regular bottle of beer. Also, if you want to compare, let's say, the Old City with Loikroh Road, their prices are going to be fairly similar, maybe a bit more in Loikroh, but not that much. The main difference, of course, is going to be the lady drinks. The Old City doesn't have lady drinks as they are not lady bars over there, so that is something that you don't really have to worry about in those bars. Now, of course, if you're going to go to the Thai bars, you're going to be spending a lot less. They're a lot cheaper. Beer's a lot cheaper. Everything's a lot cheaper at the Thai bars as they are geared towards Thai people. But also the rents in those areas are a lot cheaper, so they can get away with charging a lot less for their alcohol. So when you go out, really keep in mind what area you're going to, because that is going to really reflect in how much you're paying for that night out. So quick tip if you want to save some money. If you come to these bars and you're staying in Chiang Mai for a little while and think you'll be going to that bar on a semi-regular basis, maybe once or twice a week, then what you can do is actually buy a full bottle of Sangsum. You can buy a full bottle of Sangsum from the bar, 70 centiliters, so the big bottle. It's around 800 baht in most of these bars, and the expectation is not that you finish that bottle that night, but you can write your name on the bottle, and then the next time you come back to the bar, you can keep using it. So it's a nice way that you can save some money when coming out to the bars here in Chiang Mai, and this happens elsewhere in Thailand as well. But it's just a nice thing that you can do if you do want to save some money. Now, it's mainly just Sangsum. I know some places will offer Regency as well, which is a Thai whiskey. But by and large, the most common one is Sangsum, which is a Thai rum. So if you're willing to drink that, then you can save a decent amount of money. Now, mistake number 6 is not keeping track of your bill. Most bars here in Chiang Mai will allow you to run a tab. So you'll buy yourself a drink, maybe your friends, and maybe a girl a couple drinks, and then get a few rounds, and then look at your total at the end and be completely shocked. Unfortunately, one of the things that can happen, it's not super common here in Chiang Mai, one thing that can happen is padding the bill. And that's when the bar adds on some extra drinks without you noticing. Now, this is not commonplace in Chiang Mai. When you have only a handful of bars, doing something like that is a quick way to really ruin your reputation, but it is something that still can happen. So honestly, the best bet is either to pay as you go or to have the bill right in front of you so you can keep track of how much you're drinking. Fighting with the staff over bill is one of the worst things you can do here in Thailand. You're never going to be able to prove that you're right. And also, if you do end up getting in an altercation, that's a quick way to ruin your vacation. Other Thai people will always protect their countrymen, and you can have a hard time proving that when you were drunk, you didn't have as many drinks as you said you did. Now, lastly, number 7 is how guys leave the nightlife area. Now, here in Loikroh Road, in the boxing stadium, there is a bunch of tuk-tuks out on the road waiting for customers. And by all means, taking a tuk-tuk is a lot of fun. It's obviously very unique to Asia, and it's something that can be the really tourist experience. But at the end of the day, they're going to cost you a lot more than if you use one of the apps like Grab, Bolt, or InDrive. All those apps are going to be a lot cheaper than a tuk-tuk. I can book with one of the apps to take a motorbike or a car back to my townhouse for maybe 100 baht. Whereas if I wanted to take a tuk-tuk, you're probably looking at 150 to 200, no problem. And if I want to take a motorbike, I'd honestly probably be closer to 50 baht. So you can save a lot of money by just using the apps when you are wanting to leave this area. It's also a lot more convenient as it does everything through the phone. You can put in your address and it'll just take you right there instead of trying to explain it to the tuk-tuk driver. Chiang Mai's nightlife is amazing and vibrant, but you have to understand what you're dealing with, else you'll get confused fast. If you're coming to Chiang Mai and looking for some real advice from somebody who actually owns a bar here, or you're just looking to avoid these mistakes yourself, then I do one-on-one calls. The link is in the description below. Anyways, see you in the next one.